you've got this great thing. It's cool. How did the J.J. Abrams connection happen?
So something that happened with Sphero 2.0 is we kind of had this thesis that we wanted to make a Sphero yours, and that you wouldn't want somebody else's Sphero, you wouldn't want a new Sphero, you wouldn't want to trade Spheros because your Sphero was yours. And so a couple of months after Sphero 2.0 came out, we released a very major upgrade to the app where we added a backstory.
Oh, neat.
Hey, like, where does Sphero come from?
Who is this thing?
Yeah.
Not what, but who? Yeah.
We had Brent Spiner, like, narrate
Nice.
this intro cinematic, and, you know, Sphero came from this planet Spheron, and he came, you know, you had some issues with some Tetrons, and he got sent to Earth, and he comes crashing through your window, and at the end of the video, he lands on your bed, and you get to name your Sphero.
Oh, neat.
And then you could go on different missions, and you could upgrade your Sphero and get cores, and with cores you could get different upgrades and different tricks and stuff for your Sphero, and all that was stored inside Sphero itself. And when we released that update, we saw our engagement go up like 6 times.
Yeah, you personified it. It's very interesting.
Exactly,
Yeah.
creating a character for Sphero versus just like a robot ball.
Yeah.
So this was sort of like end of 2013. Fast forward like maybe 6-7 months, we heard about this Disney accelerator that was going to be happening with Techstars and Disney. And we're like, well, you know, this characterization thing is working. We want to learn how to do that even better, and who is the best people in the world to learn
Nobody
that from
better.
would be,
Yeah.
you know, Disney, and they
Yeah.
own Pixar and Marvel and Lucas and all these great companies. So we went to, you know, we went there to create a better, even stronger character out of Sphero. And the first week of the program, we had a one-on-one meeting with Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and in the meeting he pulls out his phone and he's like, hey, you guys gotta like check this out. And he starts flipping through set photos from episode 7. And I mean, there was like no leaked photos from episode 7, the movie coming out. We're like, oh my God, like, look, trying to like memorize like all the characters and stuff. Like, what are we seeing here? And he gets to this picture of BB-8, and he's like, this kind of, you know, this kind of looks like Sphero.
Did it look like that? I mean, did it look like a BB-8?
The picture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. So
they imagined it being this kind of sphere.
Yeah, so apparently J.J. Abrams has sort of come up with the idea for this sort of form factor at the end of 2013.
Interesting. Was he aware of Sphero?
I don't know.
Huh.
I like to
It's
think
not the
so.
I
no
think he
idea.
must have been. I think he must have been. I mean, why would you come up with a robot that's a ball unless you've seen how mobile the Sphero is? It's
Yeah.
not the first thing I would have thought of.
So, you know, we don't know. I haven't talked to JJ personally, but yeah.
So
it
Iger's
turned
showing you this and saying, what did he say? He said, that looks like your thing. Would you?
Yeah.
Did he say, would you like to work together?
Well, he's like, you know, you think you guys can make something like this? And it turned out that we had maybe 4 months earlier experimented with putting accessories on top of Sphero.
Like the head.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't a head, like it was like a hat.
Hat head. What's it? But you knew that. So how do you do that? It's a magnet.
I mean, we like to say it's the Force.
Okay, of course. It's midichlorians, but no, really. Yeah, we don't want to destroy any images, but you could tell when you take it off. I mean, this is the one I gave my son for Christmas. So you could tell that's a magnet holding it on,
Yeah.
and the head moves obviously because as the ball's moving, the head has to stay on top.
Right.
So had you figured out? I guess if you figured out how to with a hat, you could do it with a.
Yeah. So we ended up, you know, we decided to do this Disney Accelerator like a week before the program started.
Wow.
So Adam and I moved to LA. We're
You're
like,
either
all
the
right, we're moving
smartest
to LA
guy in
next
the
week.
world or the luckiest guy in the world. Wow. Good timing.
Yeah. I mean, we hoped this would happen, and you know
Yeah.
that's why we did
Yeah.
the program. But yeah, we ended up making one that week because we had or that night. I mean, we had all our equipment out there. We had all our 3D
Hey,
printers.
Bob,
So,
when would you like it? Tomorrow?
yeah, we sent him a video that night. We're like, we put on some Star Wars music.
Oh, he must have been impressed.
Yeah.
And what's timely is that what's a nice happenstance is that JJ didn't want to do CGI robots. He wanted real physical actors in the scene.
Yep.
And so he's got to solve a tough engineering problem. How do you make that so that it's real?
Right.
Not to mention 3 feet tall.
Yep.
So you said, here, we got it.
Yeah.
Did you say we can make it bigger?
We thought about it. It is not an easy. It's
Doesn't
not
scale
an easy,
naturally, huh?
kind of, but it's a very challenging problem, and we had some emails back and forth with the creature shop that
Right.
built the BB-8 for the movies,
Right.
and then after all the shooting was done, they had some time to go back and make the working one that they had on the.
Oh, so you probably NDA'd on a lot of this stuff, so. But tell me
No,
what
I
you
think-
can.
no,
So
this
when
is-
they're
this is
shooting the
public.
movie, it wasn't a fully functional.
Yeah, so there's an article on StarWars.com
Oh, okay.
with this creature shop, and they say they had like 6 or 7 different models of it. Like some of them were like puppeteered, and some of them were like close-up shots. They had animatronic heads
Right.
and stuff, but they didn't. They said they didn't have a fully working
Functional,
one until afterwards.
To that famous demo.
Yeah.
When we saw it,
was-
everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
Did they mention Sphero in that demo? I can't remember. I don't think so.
Sort of vaguely. Like Kathleen Kennedy was like, sort of mentioned Bob Iger finding some technology
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Okay.
But yeah, it was, it's a lot of work. We wanted to focus on bringing,
Bring it.
the most
to the
authentic
market. Yeah.
BB-8 that we possibly could
Right.
to people, and
Right.
and telling the story of who BB-8 is. Several months before the movie even came
Right.
out, people could kind of learn about this
Yeah,
character.
we bought this before the movie came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool to be able to use a robot as a medium to tell about a character and about a little bit about a story. But yeah, that prop shop, those guys that was a lot of work, and those guys did an incredible
Could
job
you
of making
build-
that big one.
Well, you did build a full-size BB-8, didn't you? Did you guys build it, or they did?
They did. We have a version of our own.
Did they use the
that's-
same technology, the same?
I'm not sure actually
Yeah.
what
How they
what's
did it.
inside of theirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours is the point of ours was a life-size version of our product.
Right.
So even our life-size one doesn't have all. It's a perfect replica of the small one. We even have all our FCC certification
The
numbers
CE
and
stuff here and all this.
Yeah, on the big
So
one.
what are the challenges of actually making this bigger?
It's materials. It's really heavy. You need some.
Yeah, it must
you know,
weigh 100
You need a
pounds.
lot of force for the head. It's
Right.
a little dangerous.
Because this thing isn't going to be. It's light on this, but if it's full size, it's going to be a little bit bigger. And
Yep.
if it flies off.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
not to happen.
Now, did you approach them about a licensing deal? How did you get to make this as a toy?
So it came through the accelerator. So we were, we moved to LA. We were working out of the Disney by their in Glendale at their offices there, and Techstars. Well, Disney was really good about getting the companies in the accelerator program to connect with some team within Disney or their other properties. So they had people full time at the accelerator, sort of helping you connect to the right people, and they connected us with Lucas, and
It's a nice connection.
yeah, it worked out very well.
Yeah. They took an investment in you too, a small investment in you, right? Mm-hmm. That's probably part of the deal. If you can make a lot of money, we want to make a lot of money on it. You couldn't keep these in stock. I mean, I ordered mine, and it took me a few months to get it. I was glad I ordered it when I did.
Yeah,
These sold out immediately, right?
we had a lot of people in China trying to.
Cranking them out.
Yeah.
How many did you sell?
I mean, we're not saying an actual number, but when public number, we sold over 1 million robots
Wow.
in 2015.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's pretty exciting.